Hello and welcome to What Map, the map review show for Cities Skylines. There are tens of thousands of maps in the workshop now, and so finding the right one for your next build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review one, using our 5-star rating for aesthetics, detail and gameplay potential, awarding only the very best the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to Saturday's What Map. Today's map is one that grabbed me by the short and curlies when I saw the thumbnail. It said you have to review me. So, the Dardanelles by Ironside we are going to review today. Now we've done Ironside back in episode 26 where we had a look at Waterford Grove. That was even before the star system was in use, so a long while ago. Now today's map doesn't have any particular theme that it wants you to use, it doesn't have anything that it wants you to download, it's just a very vanilla map based on an area in modern day Turkey. So there's all good. Right, well we're starting off by having a look at the elevated highways, and the elevated highways are pretty lumpy bumpy, pretty much all the way. A little bit frustrating if I'm honest with you, but like I say, as usual, if you want to rebuild these, feel free and slap them down. Wouldn't take too much work to fix, but yes, lumpy bumpy, which for me is a little bit of a horror show. Speaking of horror shows, if you haven't seen last night's Halloween showcase, 6 PM that went out. I'll stick a link in right at the end of this video because honestly, you'll enjoy this. In fact, you'll enjoy it so much. I'm even going to predict you're going to watch it twice. Right, suddenly we've got the railway now gone under the highways. Why is that? Well, we've reached the start square. See how the railway loops around behind the back of that hill there. But Ironside's not made it easy for us. Come on, we're going to build out from here. We're going to have to do terraforming before we get started. Why don't we have the start square, that intersection, on either side of that hill? Maybe in this fertile bit of land here, nice and flat there would have been more helpful. Or even on the other side, that would have been good. But I mean, it's not a bad start location. It's just a bit awkward. So anyway, yeah, back to lumpy bumpy superhighways as we cut across modern day Turkey. This is a bit of a climb up there as well. So it's a modern map. I think this is based on like a digital elevation model. What have we got here? Let's go back. We'll follow the railway. See now, look at this railway. Right, it's not elevated, and it's actually most of the way not too bad at all. A little bit of a kink there. And then we go elevated, fine, okay. Bit awkward, a bit of an in terms of elevation, it's fairly smooth compared to the lumpy bumpy highway. And we're elevated over the water. It just seems a bit awkward, okay. Then we get a little bit of a roller coaster moment. Whoop, there she goes down the hill, and then we hit the ground. Once we hit the ground again, it's not too bad, okay. I mean, far from perfect, but actually, if it was like this all the way, I'd barely be complaining. I'd barely even mention it. Subscribe, guys, subscribe. Guys, just hit it now. Go on, hit it now. Right, anyway, we're going under the highways, which we already knew, and around the outside, and then it gets a bit awkward again. A little bit tricky-dicky. Back down the other side, and we're back on the ground again. See how smooth it is compared to the highways. It's a shame about the highways being elevated, because that could have been so much better. But anyway, it's the only highway, by the way. We do have another. See, look, bridges here, perfectly done. Very nice indeed. We do have another little railway that we can have a look at before we go any further. Somewhere inland in the fog here. There she is. Once again, very cleverly done, very nicely done through the valley. So we're not going up and down mountains. It's not as smooth as we'd like it. but it's not that bad. The railway far superior is far superior to the highway in this map. As we come down and then into the open ground, see, it's not bad at all. Not bad at all. So anyway, let's have a look at something else that's not bad at all. And it's Saturday's Quirky Asset Review. And you can rely on SvenBerlin to produce something quality. This is the Universal Earthwell Rotating Globe Standing Straight, and there's also one that's slightly skew with as well. Now, I'm not quite sure why I have decided to go around the asset like I normally do, because it's turning anyway. I could have just stood still, could have left the camera static just for 20 seconds and watch it go round and 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 round. Anyway, yes, if you're into your movies, if you want to do a movie studio and stick an asset outside to make it look like a movie studio, this is the one for you. Universal Earthwell Rotating Globe Standing Straight by SvenBerlin. Today's quirky asset of the day. And back to the Dardanelles by Ironside. And shipping routes. Nothing wrong with these, okay? Nothing wrong with these. They are fine. There's no bridges to circumnavigate. That goes off to the fog that way. This goes off this way. And nothing to report. Just nothing to complain about there. Perfectly fine. Okay? Water flow. Not bad. Look. Lots of it going this way. Nice and strong. So you're going to have no problems with your sewage sitting around. And this goes all the way down the straights here. And through. And off into the distance there. On the other side though, over here, if you want to dump your sewage out here, you're going to have problems. No water flow at all. If we come back around to the top there, there it is. It's all going in that way. Just information. It's not a problem that there's no water flow on the other side. Just mentioning it. And now the terraforming. Now, there's plenty of build locations. It's not easy. This is not a game for the beginner. Not a map for the beginner. Interesting little lake here. Not finding that particularly attractive, but there you go. And this mountain ridge up here, quite, like I say, I think this is taken from a digital elevation model. I really do. It doesn't feel like it's been tidied up particularly well. I mean, look at these mountains. From a distance, they're pretty good. As soon as you're getting close up, they look pretty... Look, over there. The mountains over there look really realistic, yeah? Really nice. Guarantee when we come in close and have a closer look, they just look like a set of digital pixels there. Yeah. So it's a shame. I mean, it's been a major job to tidy them up, to make them all look really good. Vanilla trees. Well, we knew there would be vanilla trees because there's absolutely nothing to subscribe to in this map. So great for the vanilla player. Okay. Not particularly attractive. And I don't know whether or not I believe this is Turkey. But it's certainly a very, very, very nice map to work from. So playing vanilla could be worse, okay? Aesthetically, though, it's not very pleasing, is it? I mean, all those vanilla trees and the digitalness of the mountains, and frankly, yeah, it's not the prettiest. I can only give it 2 stars. Detailing, once again, those digital features need tidying up. And that highway that's up and down all over the place. It's a shame because I know Ironside has got a lot more skill than this. I can only give that 2 stars also. Gameplay potential. Do you know what? I'm going to mark it to a 3. I know there's a lot of work to do before you can get started on it. But assuming you want to do all those things and tidy it all up, nothing wrong with this map at all. The Dardanelles by Ironside. Never get sucked in by a thumbnail, I think is the moral to the story. So anyway, don't forget, if you want to watch last night's Halloween extravaganza, it's there on the screen now. You really don't want to miss it. It's one of the best things I've ever made, if not the best. And join me again for something special tomorrow and Monday for more What Map. Have a great weekend. See you soon.